Right, Raymond, it's over here.
Oh yeah, golly.
So I don't know if you can see,
Yeah.
but there's like a darker area
Yep.
where it's obviously come down the side of
Yeah.
the wall,
Yeah.
and then it's come through the ceiling
Yeah.
onto here, and look, it's all over the over the floor here.
Yeah.
If I start mopping this up, oh dear.
Did it damage Lord Mon?
Lord Montagu, there was a little bit on here,
Yeah.
so I think he's been saved
Yeah.
by the panelling.
Yeah.
So, but it's gone into. You can see how much there was
Oh yeah.
because it's actually.
Yeah.
This must have dripped down
Yeah.
through the moulding
Yeah.
and come down into here
Yeah.
because there's about what almost
good
yeah
2 litres or more, 3 litres.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that much,
Not much.
but half a litre.
Half
But
a-
anyway, so oh god, and it's got on the furniture as well. So this, I'm afraid, is not an unusual thing at Mapperton, as you've probably learned by now.
Is it going inside the card table?
Well, oh God,
yeah.
look at that. That's all damp. I tell you what, let's move this out here, Raymond, and open it up. It's not our first leak, is it, Raymond?
No, not here. No.
No. We've talked before about the volume of leaks at Mapperton, but I think my favourite recent leak, which is totally topsy-turvy, is the leak in the swimming pool.
Oh.
Because, of course, in the swimming pool, we've got leaks that are going out, and we've got leaks that are coming in,
Yeah.
which is absurd. Right. Do you think? I think we just leave that there.
Leave that,
Raymond, what I'm more worried about is what's happening upstairs.
Yeah. Well, we better go and have a look.
What's your theory?
Well, that's where the thunderbox is above the Thomas Crapper.
The Thomas Crapper.
Yeah, the
So
toilet.
we don't think it's a crapper, do we?
It is.
I'm sure. I thought it was somebody else.
what, a
But
dog
I'm
or-
delighted to hear that it's
I'm
actually.
sure it was.
It's
James, the man from Birmingham who restored it, he said it was an original
He said it-
specification of a Thomas Crapper.
So that is the original crapper.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's
Yeah.
go and
That's what he said. That's
let's go
what he
and see
thought
if
it
the
was.
crapper is letting us down by leaking.
Yeah.
Right, Raymond, we think that this leak is coming from in here,
Yep.
in the thunderbox.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'll let you
Must
go
be.
in.
Okay.
Because there's a panel, isn't there, that comes.
Yeah. The panel that comes up off the front. Pull it
We've
out.
only just had this loo completely rebuilt. So you think this is a crapper?
I'm sure that's what they
They
said.
said it was a crapper. Do you know what? It looks a little bit like the innards of a steam engine, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All those kind of.
Well, there's a lead tray here.
Which is supposed to hold the water.
Should hold the water, and that is
Right.
that is vented to the outside.
Can you see
So
any
we can-
evidence?
We can put
Is that wet?
wet there, but it doesn't seem. When this happened last night? Did it?
Yeah. Well, I think it happened at some point in the daytime. Raymond, what do you think? Do you think we ought to
Should we just
try and give it a little pull and see what happens? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh God, that's frightening. Okay. Okay, go again. Okay, I'm going to run downstairs. I'm
Oh, here it
afraid.
is, Luke.
What?
Here it is.
You got it?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I've got it.
Okay, I'm running down. Oh dear. I have a feeling that it's going to be coming down through the ceiling. Now, it's not Mapperton's finest ceiling. It's a 20th century arts and crafts ceiling, but nevertheless, it's not something we want to come down. So, oh dear, here we go. It is dripping down. So that is clearly the cause. This is what happens at Mapperton. I really need to start setting up a leak book, actually, a little bit like a visitor's book, but a place where I can keep track of all the leaks that have happened at Mapperton. And I'll kind of give them names, I think. This one is the crapper leak. Yeah. Right. I shall go back up and help Raymond try and plug things upstairs. Right. So
Okay.
these are lethal steps. So if we actually make it down here in one piece, that will be something.
Okay, I think we should go like, you know, like how you ski
And
you
Claire
go
and Stephen
sideways.
need to be extra careful.
Sidestep.
Sidestepping.
I think sidestepping
You're giving
is
us
the
a
way.
skiing lesson as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something just,
Skiing lesson and a swimming lesson.
okay. Super
And
careful,
as we
everybody.
get further down, it gets damper and darker.
Okay.
It's not really good with sliders or flip-flops
No, it's not.
as footwear.
That's why I'm holding onto this, okay?
That's why, yeah. So we think that this
So is this like good water to swim
this
in?
headstone up here is absolutely enormous. Probably weighs a couple of tons.
This?
Yeah, look at it.
Yeah.
It's a single piece of stone, and it might be 400 years old, or at least 300 years
That's what
old.
I'm saying. Queen Elizabeth I swam here. 100%.
Well, actually, she's a bit older than that.
Okay, I mean, it looks all right. It looks clean. I mean, definitely cleaner than, obviously, that algae pool. Okay, so I'm going to put my hat on, just in case.
And
Yeah.
your hat is
Well,
a
no-
tribute to Adam Peaty,
To,
who has just won his
wait,
second
hold on, wait,
one.
sorry.
That's not going very well, is it?
It's a bit
I don't think hair
staticky.
clips work very
No,
well.
I know, that's why I took it
Yeah,
off, okay?
Anyway, so Adam Peaty just won his second 100-meter breaststroke,
Can you hold my
and
goggles?
he holds the Olympic record.
Just the goggles.
So I've worked out something which I
Uh-huh.
thought might interest you,
Okay.
which is that this pool is about 3 meters long, and
difficult to
Adam Peaty swims at about 1.5 meters per second.
1.5 meters.
So he could swim the length of this pool in 2 seconds.
That's great.
So I thought that once you've got in there, we could just get you to do a couple of lengths and see whether you can come close to Adam Peaty's
Okay.
1.5 meters per second. I'll time you.
I didn't hear a word you
Yeah,
said.
you're basically doing a
Just
swimming
like-
race. A couple of fast laps.
For 2
and
minutes. I'm just
gonna
going to
time
turn you off by
I'm gonna
putting
time
my
you.
cap over my ears.
She doesn't want to hear me anymore.
No, I'm just like,
I thought this
you're
was a good plan.
silent.
I'm sure that viewers would enjoy watching you.
I can't hear you now.
Right,
Super
okay.
can't hear you.
I've been cancelled by my wife.
That's right, okay. Just
Okay.
in case. I want to look underneath.
Okay, right. Well, you got all the gear.
Well, just in case
you
I want to
You've
look
got the Great
underneath.
Britain hat. You got the goggles. You look
I think this-
like an Olympic swimmer.
I don't
So let's go for
think
it.
so, but thank you.
Okay, come on,
Okay.
in you go.
Okay, here, hold my
I'll
towel.
hold your towel.
Now, should I, okay, I'm just gonna look at my flip-flops. Oh, no. Okay, no. Okay. Did you just see what I just happened there? There's a lot of,
Expensive mineral salts
what is that?
that are really going to help your
What is
skin.
that?
It's just minerals.
That is not minerals.
It is minerals.
That's
Honestly,
not minerals.
we should be getting some spoons and jars and packaging this
Stop.
stuff up.
Can somebody mute him? Ah! What is that? That was weird. Okay,
Did-
that's weird.
Did it have teeth?
I don't know.
Who?
I need a stick.
Who?
Just give me a
There
stick.
is no stick. There's
Can
no
I
stick.
use you as
No,
my
no,
stick?
there's no stick. There's no stick. You've just got to do it, okay? And you've just got to swim. No, you can't throw a stone in there. That'll disturb the sediment.
Okay.
It's important sediment. Look, actually, you can see down there's like a tsunami of sediment reaching its way across the pool. That's going to vanish, obviously. Yeah, I mean, what?
Okay, wait.
There it is. It's sitting.
It's
It's sitting. I can see that stone.
okay.
So there is a maximum of 1 inch of sediment. Okay?
No, sinking. Sink my feet. It's super. Over there, it's super deep. Like my foot went all the way up to there.
Yeah.
Of sediment.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to go down forever.
Would
Yeah.
you want me to just?
I want you just to swim. I think you're going to be fine. I mean, between here and there may be like 100 foot of quicksand silt.
What if something comes out from underneath?
Yeah, what if it does? There's some really good there's some really good acting going on here.
No, get me out.
You just need to lift your leg up a bit more. Come on, you're a yogi. Look at that expensive mud.
Get
Some lovely mud there. Some really good, that really is valuable mud. I was just joking before, but actually you can see, look at that, look at this stuff here, on here.
Never.
This is
This is not valuable mud.
This is,
You guys?
This is packageable.
This was like...
Look at it. Look at the sludge there. Look, sweetie.
I know
actually-
what
it's
it
actually-
is. I stepped in
It's
it.
got her toe print on it.
Oh my God. You guys, it kept... What's that floating there? What's that floating there? It kept... My leg kept sinking in. Give me the towel. Give me the towel. Give me the towel. Give me the
Oh
towel.
my goodness. Oh God. Here. Wait. Oh.
Something's on my foot! It is! I'm out of here! Oh my God! Get me out of here! Get me out! Literally is the stupidest thing I've ever done.
Oh dear. Do you think that was a creature?
I don't know.
Do you think something, you know,
Never
grabbed your toe?
again. Never again. It went.
Wait,
I kept
I've
sinking.
had an idea. I've had an idea.
I thought
I've had an
I was
idea.
actually being. I thought I was being
you
sucked
spent all
in.
this time cleaning that
I thought-
pool. What we should really do is drain and clean this pool. Drain and clean this pool. And then
I gotta go take a bath.
we can try again next year. Is that happening?
No,
It's not happening.
No, I
No.
gotta go take a bath. I gotta. Oh my gosh.
It's not
Never.
happening.
That was
She's not coming back.
literally awful.
I think this is valuable mud.
Awful.
And we're fine sort of up to this point.
Uh-huh.
But once we get to kind of here,
Uh-huh.
we begin to sink.
What?
And I don't think, oh my goodness, I don't think either of us really want to end up down in there. So this is the challenge. How are we going to make it
Okay, I think it can
from here?
hold me.
No, just don't do that. Don't do
Really?
that. Seriously, don't do that. I think we're going to have to get this branch lifted up and get it across there so that if one of us sinks as we're walking over, we can at least hold on to the branch and we don't get totally subsumed. That's my plan.
Not a romantic picnic, but a dangerous picnic.
Well, I know, but it
Picnic
can
in
be both
danger.
romantic and dangerous. So what we need to do is plan a bit. Julie likes sort of rushing straight in.
No.
And, you know, that would be
I
the
could
end
just
of her.
run across there.
You could just run across there and it might be fine. But
would
quite
be.
easily...
What do you think, Stephen?
You could sink right down. Yeah, this is not a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think our plan is to try and move this branch or get some branches over there. I think we've got to make a bridge. Okay. Yeah. Right. So, oh my goodness. Ah, I'm going. It's going down. I can feel my boot is going down into the mud.
Hold on.
Sweetie, come and save me.
I'm trying to get this
What?
branch to you.
Oh no, that's not going to help. How's that going to help? That's a little twig.
Here.
Ow! Oh my goodness. Right, pull. Ah. Wait. Just literally stuck. Oh no, this one's going. Okay, now it's getting quite serious actually.
Here, I can save you.
I got one coming. I got it out.
You get it out?
I got it out. No, but the other one's now
Here.
gone in.
Just trying to hold on to this.
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. That was a little taste of what can happen.
Well, I'll start. This is a reservoir. It's 10 feet wide that way, 6 feet deep, and 16 feet long way back there.
Should we go down and have a look?
Yeah, we can if you're happy. I'll just show you this in a matter of interest. This was pulled out of a pipe. It's
Pulled out of a pipe.
Yeah, it's not a. It's
It's a
not,
root system.
It's a root system. It's not a fancy dress thing for Christmas. It's a beer. I could have a beer.
It'd be good
Beer.
moustache, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think, Raymond?
Yeah,
We
moustache.
Win
we-
some
we-
prizes.
Yeah.
It's making a bit of a mess of your shirt, though.
Yeah, well, never mind. It'll come out in the wash machine. So that was pulled out.
It's you know what it reminds me of? It's sort of coconut husk.
Yeah,
It's super dry.
Yeah.
Be very good tinder, wouldn't it?
yeah, it was.
Not that we need any tinder at the moment
No.
because everything's so dry.
So that got pulled out yesterday.
Right.
So we want to drop that.
So we're going to drop that down in there. Is this high enough, this ladder? Right. Goodbye, everybody.
Well, everybody.
I hope to see you soon.
Great to the bowels of the earth.
It sure is, isn't it? Oh God, it's quite an echo down here.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Mind your head, because it's...
Yeah, now it's getting quite confined, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Because I'm sort of backing into the... There's no water in here at all, Raymond.
No, it's all seeped out through the bottom. Oh! You got a problem, Luke. Pipe's come off.
You all right?
You better get up, I think, Luke. Got it in?
Oh dear, it's going to go. At the moment I let go of this, and I cannot get it.
Steve just said it might blow off.
You did?
Yeah.
Have you got any sort of hammer or
Yeah.
mallet or something?
Bit of iron.
I mean, in a way what we need to do is
Wedge it.
wedge it. This is too long to wedge it. Well, this wasn't quite what I was expecting, but needs must. And there's a lot of water coming in. I suddenly had visions of all of the tank up the hill draining in here in a great swoosh, and the level rising, and my worst nightmare of all being realised, being stuck in a tank underwater. But that didn't happen, so I'm still here. I think this gives everybody quite a good idea of the sorts of things that we've got to contend with here at Mapperton. I'm completely soaked, by the way, but you know, this is what Raymond is contending with. So as you can see, if you move the torch around, this is the underwater reservoir. And if you turn the torch the other way, there are some cracks in the wall, which is why the water is leaking out. And particularly closer in here on the left side, my left, keep going another way, keep going, there you go. There's a long crack going down the edge there. Basically it's buckled, the whole thing. And the question is whether this can be repaired. Feeling rather nervous that this pipe is going to explode again. Oh, hooray. It's absolutely soaked, but it could have been worse. We've had a bit of an overnight catastrophe, which is that the wind and the storm have finally got this to the moment where the eagle, which is a pair of eagles, the first thing that you see as you come to the front of the house, has fallen. The eagle has fallen. I think that's the code word for something quite important. But anyway, Raymond, it's not the code word for anything important here, it's the code word for something fairly disastrous. So
Yeah.
what's the plan?
What's happened is the eagle, when it was made, it's on an iron armature. And so the iron goes down into the legs, which are bolted down to a plinth, and the iron's corroded away, and it's just let go, and the weight of the eagle's just pulled it away from being upright. So
straightforward rusting of the central
yeah, that's right, that armature
that holds the eagle up.
Yeah, so up through the legs. So what we got to do is to rest the front of it by building a small square to make sure it doesn't fall, and then we can get a hoist on it and lift it away as we saw off the other one that's
So
broken.
first step is to make it safe.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Second step is get a hoist,
Yeah.
lift the whole thing off,
Yeah.
and then it's going to have to go and
go-
be repaired.
Yeah.
And this is yet another sizable
Yeah.
Mapperton
Yeah.
restoration project. And it's one of those things, I talk about them in these videos, that you simply can't predict. You wake up one morning and suddenly something big has happened.
That's right.
But Raymond, we're lucky to have you. Darren's going to be giving you a hand as well, isn't he?
Darren's he's got lots of other gear, lifting gear and things, and we've got a farmer on standby with a Manitou, which will come and just...
With a what?
A Manitou.
A Manitou. Manatee. I thought that was an animal that lives off the coast of Florida.
Yeah, well,
it's a Manitou, not a manatee.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Manitou is like a huge, big farm tractor with an extended arm. It's got 2 teeth on the end, 2 forks, and we can get underneath it, cushion it, and lift it off.
And lift it off that way.
Yeah.
And then where are we going to put it?
Well, we'll put it somewhere where very, very safe,
Right.
where we can work on it, lock it up and safe.
I think I'm going to have to leave you with your Manitou.
Yeah, well, we haven't got him not yet.
All right, well, later on.
Yeah.
And because I can see we've got people looking to come into the Halloween trail, so we've got to get out of the way and let them through.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Raymond.
That's all right.
And on we go.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Look at Darren's hat.
I tell you what it is. You've been so frustrated over the years, you've just sort of taken it off and whacked it down enough times. It's just come to pieces.
But I've got one of many and they all look the same.
They all look the same, do they? Well, we've got a little bit further, I think. It looks like actually a lot further because you've put up a kind of timber brace to hold the eagle so that the eagle is not going to fall all the way to the ground.
That's correct, yeah. Because we've put the brace in because obviously it's leaning forward and there's 2 brass nuts on the backside,
Right,
which obviously I've now undone,
right.
hoping it was going to tip forward.
And it hasn't.
It hasn't, which is good.
Okay, good from a health and safety point of view.
Yeah. But now we've got to
Get it off.
dissect the eagles by cutting his ankles.
You've got to dissect the eagle.
Well,
Oh my
we've
goodness.
got to cut the ankles to lift the eagle down,
Right,
and then obviously we've got to figure out how we can take the plinth off,
right,
because that's been resined down to the cap.
right,
So we need to the eagle needs to be out the way
right.
so we can assess on how to get the cap off.
So step 1, get the eagle off.
Yep,
Step 2, get the plinth off.
get the plinth off. The plinth might have to be sacrificed, and we
Right.
might have to end up making a new plinth.
Rebuilding a plinth.
Yeah.
It's beginning to sound expensive.
Assess.
And you're feeling confident about that operation?
Yeah, lifting it down is not going to be not much.
Anything could go wrong?
No, nothing can go wrong.
Nothing can go wrong. The lovely thing about Darren is when he says nothing can go wrong, I really believe him.
Yeah.
Darren, thank you. I better let you get on.
That's okay.
All right.
Thank
Cheers then.
All right, Raymond.
Hello.
Hi. So the eagle is safe and sound, isn't it?
Yeah, the eagle's landed, as they say. See, it was a boat, part of the armature of the thing.
Right.
He was leaded in, molten lead, and that's corroded off. Yeah, that's the foot on the footprint there that was on top of the stone. That iron rod there was part of the armature that went up through his leg into his belly, sort of thing, and up through to his frame.
This is really where the damage is, right, Raymond?
Yeah, that's right. That's where his feet came out of the back of him.
His feet came out. Oh, so these bits go right up into the belly, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. And they go up through to the breast up here and hold the wings.
So
And
it
it's
goes
like-
right up.
It's like a frame inside.
Yeah, it's like a frame inside.
And you can see that someone years ago had gone in through this eagle. They've
Oh.
cut.
Yes.
See, he's had surgery before.
He has had surgery before.
Um,
So how heavy do you think it is?
I expect it's probably nearly 200 weight. I expect. 200
kilograms?
What's 200 kilograms?
200 kilograms is like 440 pounds.
No, this is about 200 and something pounds.
Oh, 200 something pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice looking fellow,
He
isn't
is
he?
a good looking fellow, isn't he?
Yeah.
All right. Bon voyage, but just for hopefully a couple months.
Yeah, I think it will be.
Last week, we woke up to discover that one of the eagles had fallen over because it had rusted away. And sometimes at Mapperton it feels like every morning there's a bit of trepidation because you never know what's happened. Anyway, the eagle is being repaired, but this morning I got up and I've gone round to do the curtains, and it's been absolutely pouring with rain. But the rain ought to be on the outside, not the inside. But look at this. Oh dear. Oh dear. We've got rain coming through. We've got a huge puddle. You can see the puddle that has been created all along this boxed area and actually down onto the floor, as I've just come through and discovered that actually it's coming through a part of the ceiling here where we have this bay window, and I had to take down a picture that was getting soaked, and I've pulled up the carpet. I've got towels everywhere, and you can hear that the drips continue. So the next stop for me is to go up and see if we've got some sort of flood up above on the lead roof. Oh dear, it's just absolutely never ending. Now the place where I think it's coming in is somewhere here. So I'm going to have to climb out of the window. Now I can see that drain is very full of leaves. So it's possible that this all just backed up and the water got in under the lead flashing here. It may be as simple as clearing the leaves from the drain. Yeah, you see it drains out through there and then down into that downpipe, which you can just see, and then all the way down. Sometimes the water has backed all the way up in that, and I can see actually that downpipe is blocked. I don't know whether you can see this. If I zoom in, you can see a little drip that is actually the top of the pipe is full. So any more water that's going into that is just going to pour off the end of it, which means the bottoms of these pipes have to be cleared, and that is undoubtedly part of the reason. So I suppose the good news is that the problem isn't too difficult to rectify, I hope. But in the meantime, we've got major water problems down below.
This is Julie behind the camera. Obviously, I'm a bit upset. This is all of our kids, like from when they were at birth, all their school stuff. Luckily, most of it was in plastic containers, so it's been saved. But you can see the amount of water that Luke has already put up. And I'm emotional because if I go in here, this is where I teach yoga, you can see there were some boxes that still got wet and had like letters that need to be dried out. And then if we go into here, this is where I'm drying out one of our children's stuff. Didn't do so well. and it's like all of his artwork. So I'm trying to dry it out in here in this dry part of the cellar. So I get emotional because it's the kids' stuff. Sorry.
It's going to be okay. The pets are safe. Most other things are safe. We're safe.
Okay, I managed to clear out the storage room here that I'm looking at. I'll flip the camera around. So that's all cleared out. I put it into where I do and teach live yoga. I got quite emotional because I would see boxes that would say, like this one down here, that would say Emma and Jack artwork. And I just think, please don't let it be another child's artwork, because we know that that's just basically made with like construction paper, and they're handwritten letters to you, for Mother's Day. And some of those I already have seen from another child, and those are ruined. Anyway, sorry, I'm just so emotional because I worked so hard to like preserve this stuff. And it was just such a bad storm last night, and it's just gone through where it could. And so, and at least plus I have to get ready for a back-to-back yoga retreat. And so I have to clean all of the yoga mats. Don't think those have been leaked down, but I do need to clean them and get the whole coach house ready. That will be on another episode. So we have 22 people overall, so I just have to get ready for that. And this is why today was supposed to be that day, and then the flood has just, the leak has just, and the flood has just taken up my life. So, but listen, I'm counting my blessings. It could have been worse. It could have all been ruined. It could have been much, much worse. And, I guess my heart goes out to those of you who have had floods. I know all around the world, and in particular, because I'm American in America, horrible flooding where you've lost, all of your memories. So mine's just, really nothing to compare that to. So, but I am just emotional, and my heart goes out to everybody else who's had to go through something emotional where things have been lost. So anyway, onwards and upwards. I still have a lot more to do down here, but yeah, that's the latest for me and down in the cellar. Hi, Darren.
Hiya.
Hi. Okay. Please explain. There's so many projects going on at Mapperton right now that I get lost in how many are happening. But can you, by the way, everybody, this is Darren. You've seen him before because he's our main stonemason. He's repaired the church tower, which is medieval. You repair everything here. The front of the house, the back of the house, the fountain court, the ponds, everything, don't you?
Yeah, we've touched on most of it.
We've touched on most of that.
Yeah.
So what my understanding was when I first was documenting this, it was a delivery truck ran into this, what do we call this?
Yeah, this would be the gate pier. Yeah.
The gate pier.
Yeah.
The gate pier. And the ball came off. And then the scaffolding came up. And then they were going to be able to get this half-ton ball on top. But now, what has happened? Because I didn't know, did we discover something else?
No, when they knocked the gate post and hit the ball, it pushed this column out of square, and obviously it was leaning over 3 inches. So to put the ball back on top and make it safe to stay there was near impossible. So it had to be took all the way down to the ground and built back up.
Oh my goodness.
Few problems we've had was the Victorians have been here before and put a load of cement in, so it didn't come apart very well.
Okay.
And there was no footing underneath it.
Oh, I can see that. And you've put that footing in.
And we've had to put a footing back in to make sure that it stays put.
Right.
And
my goodness.
And building it back up. So this one is going up level and true and plumb.
Yep.
Obviously the ones that are around here, if you look, they've all got a slight lean on them. But that's because they've not got a footing on them, I don't think.
I see. So they do have a slight lean. I see.
Yeah.
It's called the pier gate. I didn't even know that. I've
gate.
been here for 20 years. I had no idea.
Yeah. So basically what we've done is we've had to take it all the way down and then building it all the way back up. That's the concrete that I've took out. You see. And I will put in small pieces of stone.
Okay.
This is the bit that was a problem.
Was the bit that was a problem.
You see the Victorians in cement. So
right. So how old do we think that this pier gate is? Gate pier? Pier gate. How come I can't get this right?
There's a marking on the stone, which is 1846.
Oh, can I get a photo of that?
And that's the next one to go in. And by all accounts, Lord Sandwich said that's when the church was redone. in 1846.
46.
So the gate piers have been around since then.
Since then, okay. Right, so where's that date? Can I have a little look? I'm obsessed with like dates because we're, oh, yes. And is that going to be hidden or are we going to be able to see that?
That basically, as you see that stone now, that's going to be coming
right
across
there.
here.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. So this is a big project. I feel like this scaffolding it's been up for a month, the
Yeah,
scaffolding.
it's been up for a month, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And then obviously once we got this one up and the ball up, we're just going to check that one as well to make sure that...
The one that's above Stephen's head right
Yeah.
now?
And just while we got the scaffold here, we can do 2 jobs at once because obviously that one fell off quite easily.
Yes,
with a little bit of a gentle tap from a courier
Delivery
van.
truck, yep.
And so we're just going to check that one
Okay.
as well to make sure that that doesn't fall off.
Right,
and-
we've kept you really busy,
Yes,
haven't we? I feel like you're always here, but I mean, there's so much to do.
Yeah.
So this is just one of the major and many restoration projects that we have going on here at Mapperton all of the time. So Luke, this is, and everybody, this is the problem. So you can see all up here, this has been a constant everything. So every time it rains and we are having difficulty finding where the leak is from, they've got to look at all the tiles in this area because they think it could be the moss or, you know how there's moss on the roof?
We've got a whole roof garden. I mean, it's,
Yeah, we
it's
do.
kind of, it's
we can
green
sell those
on top.
ferns. But so what I want to point out to everybody is we didn't know necessarily about this leak. We thought it was just sort of old damp. And we started to paint and put, this isn't the color of the room, but put sort of the first color on. And it all started, you can see it right there. I mean, I can do it because we have to take it off, flake off. So that is a bore because this right here, we cannot do anything until we find the culprit.
Right.
And that's why
all of this obviously needs replastering.
Yeah.
It's rather amazing though, isn't it? This old style of these battens and the mortar.
Yeah.
Look, it's just
Look at that, it's crumbling.
away. I am
Kitchen.
heartened to see a radiator. I think
Yeah.
that's the first time this house has had a radiator.
Yeah.
Central heating. Often these houses have not
Positive.
had any central heating and it's in. So that's all good, isn't it?
Positive.
And
So-
I'm looking forward to getting into my bath in here because this, I believe, is the master bathroom.
This is the master bathroom, but I don't think you'll be getting a bath in here, but somebody will be. The bath that I restored, so the bathtub that I restored. And look at, right here, work by Julie Montagu. This will always be here. In fact, I should put my date there.
Yeah. Wow, that's you.
Yeah, I didn't write
What
that
about
though.
putting a little heart and Luke there as well? Would that be good?
No.
No.
Okay, all right, listen, I've got to head back to Meanament Room. There's too many projects going on.
But Julie, before you go,
Yeah.
can we just have a moment to really consider what our backup plan is? Because it feels to me like getting this cottage done in the time that we've got is an almost Herculean task. Or do
Yeah.
you think it'll get done?
Well, I'm hopeful, but
Barry didn't seem very hopeful.
well, he said no comment.
Yeah, I'm not very hopeful.
I'm hopeful.
In fact, you know, I think everybody can now see why what was looking like a fairy tale
Oh, here.
has turned
is in.
into a bit of a nightmare.
This is in, this is positive. Plumbing, that is positive.
Okay, it'll happen.
That's right. I have just come to get Luke.
You are absolutely kidding me.
No.
You are kidding me. Oh my goodness, this has happened in 3 days.
Yep.
The water
3
was
days.
clear.
I swam
The sun
about
has,
3 days ago,
the
and it
sun
was
has
clear.
come out for the first time this year for
Yeah.
3 days.
Yep.
And we have been completely overrun by
This is unbelievable,
blanket
everybody.
weed. I mean, this was our prize
believe
project
it.
last year. We cleaned this pool, we repaired it, we stopped the leaks, we brought in the pool expert David Pagan Butler to help us with a strategy for removing the
Yep.
nutrients. We built these, well, you built these plant islands. And now it's actually worse than I've ever seen it, and I just don't know what we're going to do.
I'm going to stand on these, which I've done before in the past, because what I want to do is
Whoa.
No,
Health and safety alarm.
What? Point is, everybody, is that I'm just looking at the health of the plants, and actually they look really healthy, to be perfectly honest. The moss is fantastic.
Until recently, this inlet was switched on, and so the water was just pouring in. And when the water pours in, it's just bringing endless nutrients into the pool. So that's one of the reasons.
Right.
But I think the other reason is we simply don't have enough plant islands. There's not enough plants extracting enough of the nutrients. Every time we remove all of the weed, it's just going to reappear.
So what's our plan? What's our plan?
Susie has left us a net here. Isn't this great? Look at the size of this net, and this is designed for a normal swimming pool, just to take out the odd little bit of leaf. And instead, what we've got to do with this net is take out all of this wretched algae. And I'm afraid the job now is this.
Oh my gosh.
This is the job. This is the job. Even when you scoop it up, you're only getting about half of it, and then the whole thing blocks up. And as soon as you've pulled up one bit, another bit comes to the surface to take its place. You know what these look like, Chris? They look like green intestines. It's the vilest stuff. And you know what? It's slurpy and slimy, just like I imagine green intestines would be. A long kind of string of intestine. That bit there I really want. Oh.
If there were two, I would help.
Oh yeah.
But there's not.
I'm so sorry, there's one, but I can easily give it to you if you'd like. No. Do you want to come and have a go? It's quite good fun actually. You get into it after a while.
Okay. No.
And there's a strange satisfaction to be had from clearing up all this primordial soup.
Yeah.
Now, this is when I wish I had an anaerobic digester at Mapperton, because I reckon this could all decompose and produce the most wonderful energy. Problem: wheelbarrow, steps, slime. It's not going to end well, is it? So we're going to go another route. All right, here we go. Oh God, no, it's pulling me down. Ah, Chris, give me a, oh, no, it really is coming out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Right, here we go. Over the bridge, across the babbling brook, and to our deposit site. But I think I'm just going to deposit on the edge here. Now we're right next to the stream. All the creatures are going to be able to come out and find their way into the stream. Right, and back we go for round two. Mapperton has been hit by a mega storm. There is more rain than I can ever remember here. And of course, storms means floods, it means leaks. We've already found our first leak in the main house, but just as important is to go out and see what's happening to all of the watercourses, all the rivers and the streams here. and in particular to go and check on the beaver enclosure to see what damage has been done. But it's absolutely pouring down. I'm getting soaked already. Ben has kindly offered to take me in the mule. We're going to go out, we're going to see what's been happening with the storm walloping this country estate. If you haven't liked and subscribed to our channel, now is the moment to do that. We really look forward to bringing you along on this journey with us. Right, off to go see Ben. Ben, you got your waterproofs on?
Waterproof's on, yeah.
Today, huge storm hitting Mapperton. I mean, literally more water than I've seen here, I think, ever before. I can see it flooding across the roads, down across the fields. What's been the impact in your neck of the woods?
A lot, really.
A lot.
Yeah, it's like you say, I've never seen rain here like it, experiencing a lot of flooding down the beaver enclosure, which is always fun when you got to.
Well, the beaver enclosure, of course, when we have flooding, it brings things down the stream, which bashes into all of the grills and the fencing.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting that we're going to have to go and clear out some stuff, aren't we? We've got a bit of manual labour coming. Yeah, this is, it's biblical, isn't it, really? That's the only word. Let's get in the mule and head off. Right, this is the field in front of the house, known as Park Field, but today it's turned into Park Lake. Look at this. I'm going to see how deep it gets. The ducks and the seagulls should be enjoying this. It's a proper wetland. I mean, this is all part of Mapperton Wildlands, and we've been wanting to do some wetland creation. We haven't really had to do anything here, have we?
Not yet, no.
Wow. Getting quite deep. Could go for a swim. I'd say it's like almost up to the top of my boots now. Great, let's go on. We want to go check out the gallops, see what's happening up here. This is a serious amount of water, and it's water that is coming off Mapperton land, heading down to the River Brit below. Ben, have you ever seen this much here?
No, I've never seen this happen before, no.
This is an insane amount of water, and it's just coming off a couple of fields here, so it's not as though this is all the water from all of the estate, this is just a couple of fields. Yeah. But there's one bit of good news, which is that this water is quite clear, and this is one of the benefits of the rewilding project. This field at this time of year would normally have stubble in it, and this would be muddy water. It would be full of runoff, taking all kinds of lovely nutrients from the soil down into the stream. But you can see that today it's not muddy, it's clear, and that's exactly what we're looking for. We've had these enormous storms recently, and whilst the flooding and the water has subsided, some serious damage has been done to Mapperton. And I'm talking about the road. Look at this. It's just extraordinary. This is one of the main roads that comes up into the estate, and it heads off towards Coltley. And I mean, it's like there's been an earthquake. I mean, the whole thing is subsiding and falling down into the valley. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Look at these extraordinary cracks. Look at all the asphalt that has just come to pieces. I mean, how anybody gets their car through here, I don't know. But if your car fell off this bit, I don't think you'd have anything other than a very large bill from the garage. And we've been promised week after week that council are coming to fix this. Luckily, this is not part of the Mapperton estate responsibility, but the council are apparently coming tomorrow for the first time to really bring some proper engineering to bear. But it really is like an earthquake, isn't it? I mean, this is what I imagine would happen. The ground comes apart, you can see the mud, and the whole of this hillside has just slipped down the valley with all of the water that we've had coming down from the top here. I mean, this is already, I don't know, 50 yards back, and it just carries on and it carries on. In fact, it's actually, Chris, do you think I'm safe standing here?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't, would you? No, right. Right, we're back on the main part. All of this is cracked, and it just goes on, doesn't it? Lots of respect to the people who are going to be coming to fix this, because I wouldn't know how to begin. I imagine they're going to have to dig up the whole thing, but the problem at Mapperton is that all of this geology, all of the landscape that we're in now, consists of green sand, so it's very unstable, and when there's a lot of water that comes in, the water waterlogs the green sand that is underneath the asphalt here, and the whole thing becomes unstable and it slowly slips down the hill, which is part of the reason that we have these fantastic views. You will see that we are in one of the highest points of the estate with the most incredible views down the valley all the way to the sea. But I know that despite these magnificent views, we've got people living in houses down there who are understandably extremely grumpy about the fact that they can't get their vehicles out, and indeed that this will damage their vehicles as they come through. So the sooner the council come and fix this, the better, and we're told it's going to be happening tomorrow. The landscape, the wildlife, the heritage, and of course the weather, which has been as bad as I can remember this year. I mean, it has not stopped raining, and yet again we've had like our, I don't know, 15th named storm of the season. And of course, when we have these storms, it highlights all of the inadequacies across the estate in terms of drainage and obviously leaks in the house and things like that. We're back up today at Coltley, and you'll remember last time I came here onto the track, this was where the whole of the road had given way. The track was literally falling down into the valley, and the reason for that is that the geology of this area is basically built on green sand. So when the water gets in, it becomes unstable and it collapses. Now, luckily, this road is not Mapperton's responsibility, it's the council, and they have been pouring thousands into repairing it. You can see this huge long stretch of tarmac that goes all the way here. There's a good couple of hundred meters, and they thought they had done the job, and then the ground gave way. Look at this. I mean, this is a new road. It was only new a week ago, and the whole thing has collapsed down. You can see here, the whole of the bank is just heading down the hill. That hedge used to be here, and it's all been pushed back. I mean, I know these aren't the kinds of geological activity that you have in different parts of the world with you know, serious fault lines, etc. But for Mapperton, this really is quite a substantial fault. And looking under here, you can see the reason why. And this is the culprit. Look at this stuff. Green sand. You can see that it's wet and an absolute disaster for supporting anything on top of it. It's just pouring with water. But the moment the water gets in underneath it, it all shifts, and so alas, the council are now having to come back because this road is almost impassable. God, how frustrating to have done such a job and then have the whole thing slide down into the landscape. They've done some amazing stuff up here though. Let's go have a look. We can see the culprit over here, and the water is pouring down the hill from these huge storms. And you can see how it's all coming down through here. And so they've actually laid pipework now to take that water and stop it from going straight into the sand. So it's now got these drains which are running underneath here and heading out, taking the water away and hopefully providing more stability as a result. Clearly the plan might be working here, but it looks like they're going to need another drain in that direction. Now, here is another new drain. So there's clearly a pipe or something that's coming out here, and we've got all these sandbags with the drain entrance here, and then I suspect they've got another one coming out under the road. And yeah, look at this. Here are the drains, just sending the water off down the valley. Now, I happen to know that that water is going to make its way all the way to the beavers in the wood down there. So lucky beavers, they're getting water from Coltley slooshing down for them to play in. Anyway, you know, I'm so pleased that this isn't a responsibility for the estate, because it would have cost so much to do all of this, and it would have been so depressing to have discovered that all the work at that end has got to be redone. Now this is a very, very sad day for Mapperton. We've come to Homewood. I'm here with Claire, and we've come to create a living memorial because we've got some really sad news, which is that the little lamb, Theo 3 Spots, is, alas, no more. He was the young lamb who was rejected by his mum and whom Claire carefully and lovingly tended for all of that time, feeding him bottled milk. I tried to feed him as well, rather less successfully, and we really, really hoped that we were giving him a good chance at life. Claire, what happened in the end?
We had a look at him, and one Friday night he wasn't drinking and he wasn't doing his business either. So I took him down to the vets, and it turned out that he had a urinary tract infection. So there'd been a build-up of stones, sort of phosphate salt stones inside him.
Right.
So the vet gave him an injection which broke down the stone straight away,
Yeah.
which meant he could relieve himself. And we brought him back, and he was eating a bit of hay, but then when I came back on the Saturday morning, he'd gone even further downhill.
And he was very gently put down by the vet after that.
Yeah.
And very sadly, you've brought him here to Homewood.
Yep, so
Where
I found a lovely spot for
You
him.
found a lovely spot for him, which we're going to go and visit, and we're going to go and plant these. But
Yep.
you were quite fond of Theo.
Oh, he was a lovely fellow. Shouldn't be fond of a sheep, but yeah. Sadly, in what was he? About 6 weeks old. So he had a fantastic 6 weeks,
He
and he
did.
touched a lot of people's hearts.
You did give him the best possible 6 weeks.
Well, hopefully.
And I'm
Hopefully
just
he enjoyed it.
so sorry it wasn't longer. We are here at Theo's grave, and Claire was just pointing out that you hope he doesn't get mistaken for one of Nesta's bike ramps. If you've got to be buried somewhere, this really isn't a bad spot in amongst all the wild
He'll
garlic
be covered in bluebells and wild
and
garlic
bluebells and hazel. This ground is very dry, isn't
next
it?
year. It's really dry now.
We need some rain.
Here I was thinking a trowel would be all right.
Yeah.
It should be, because they're not very
Okay.
deep roots, are they?
There we go. And take those ones back. We're not going to plant the oak.
We won't plant the oak. I think
No.
this is not quite the right place. But,
Hopefully Theo will find himself reincarnated with these 3 trees that will come up. We shall certainly come back and visit Theo's last resting place and see how the trees are doing. And in the meantime, he will rest in peace.
he will indeed.